So yes, David lives all the way up in sunny Scotland,
Hmm.
and comes with the awesome Scottish accent. But also, this is another reason why you really like David, wasn't it? Because you are a descendant of the Scottish
Yes, I'm
Isles.
yes, I'm Scottish, Irish, yes. I fell in love with the voice.
That's it. Don't we all, David? He's got the smooth voice that just it's lovely, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, I'm talking absolute love here, but well, we'll start the podcast. Sarah seems to be preoccupied with children, so I'll get started. So, hello everyone, welcome to HB Publishing House's wonderful podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the book The Old Scarecrow, written by the wonderful Tabatha D'Agata, who is there on my screen down there. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's so pretty. And it is narrated by the infamous David Virgo. Hello, David.
Hello.
So, if you didn't know, to all of you listening and watching, David has audio narrated a book for Francis Fleur before, and if you haven't listened to it, you should go and listen to it now because it is lovely. Makes such a great guy in that day. It's just beautiful. Honestly, I could listen to that book for hours. So, oh, well, luckily I did when I edited it. But I mean, it was wonderful. And like at no point through it, I was like, oh man, you just such a nice listen, I think. And because he's so amazing, um, Tabitha wanted him for the old scarecrow. I'm
Yes.
so sorry why I paused there. I think I got really distracted by my dog. My dog was like, looked at me and was like, is the dog okay? And that was it. I can't multitask anymore. I'm too old. So, so we have David who narrated it, and if you haven't gone and listened to the Old Scarecrow on Audible, you should do it now because my goodness, you're in for a treat. Not only do you have the smooth, beautiful Scottish accent, but for somehow you can recreate the farmer, the sheep, the cow,
Right.
pig. And Tabitha's got a lovely story to tell you, and you probably don't know what I'm talking about at the moment, but you told us before about when you were at your book signings, you actually played the audiobook to the children.
Right. So I hold the book and I show the pictures, and I play the audio, and the kids, they love it. And when I do a school visit, I do the same thing. I bring a speaker, we play the audio version, and I just turn the pages, and it really makes it so much, not that reading my book wouldn't be wonderful, but this is so fun. It is so fun, and the kids love it and they laugh, and I mean, it makes it so much better. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much. That sounds like an
I
amazing idea.
It works. I wish more authors would do that if they have an audio version because it makes it more interactive and the kids get excited because they're hearing the music and then they're hearing you make the sounds for the animals and it really is fun. You did such an amazing job. And when they sent me samples, it was funny. I didn't even have to ponder. I didn't have to go back and forth, back and forth. I was like, nope, this is it. This is the voice.
Thank you so much. It was a lovely read. It was a lovely thing to be audiobook for, and I had great fun doing it.
What did you enjoy about it most, David?
I'm very much I like voice character acting, and I'd really like to do more kind of animation and stuff like that. And it's not so often that you get audiobooks where you can really kind of just do silly voices.
Mhm.
I guess is the way of doing it. So there's so many characters and there's so many different things, and also because it's a children's book, you kind of have that permission to just have more fun with it. So I
Yeah,
just
Right.
love doing lots of different characters and lots of different voices. Really, that was my main. I love doing that.
Did
yeah,
Well,
you
it
have
comes
to
across.
do a lot? Did you do record it a lot or did you just do it in one sweep?
So I got sent the book, um, and I think the sample was just the whole book from memory, um, and I did that and went, oh, there was one or two things that like in the background that were maybe lingering a bit, and then yourselves were just like, no, that's great, that's fine. And I went, oh, don't need me to re-record that. No. Oh, we can edit that little. There's a little background noise at one point, and they were like, we can edit that out. It's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it was,
did because we had the pesky crows in the background. Where that noise
Yeah.
was, the pesky crows were attacking, and you were like, "Oh, I've been ill, and do you need me to record it?" I was like, "Nope, I sorted it. Those pesky crows got involved, and they were
oh, I thought it was
boring."
perfect. Perfect,
Yeah, that
because
was
the kids love that.
good.
But
But
it's the voices. It's the voices, David. It's the honk of the
Mm,
goose where you go honk, and it just always makes me giggle.
me too.
You need to do more children's books because you're
Yeah,
really
yes, I'd
good at
love to
them.
do more children's books.
You
Yeah.
Was
do.
that your
You
first?
Yeah,
First
that
for
was my first
children's?
children's book.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're really good at it. You should do more, like she said. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
do.
Thank you very much.
I've
I'd love to
I've
do more children's books.
I've had 300 kids in a school listen to it, doing workshop from workshop, and the reaction each time from the whole group was the same. They loved it. Even at the end, because it's not typically when an author reads, you get a little of this. But then when I'm playing your audio and I'm showing the pages at the end, it was like they were at a play or something. They were like,
Expecting you to come out from the curtain like I'm here.
right? And they pay attention. Everybody is just in awe, listening and watching me turn the page. So I love it. I'm going to do that every time because it works out so well.
Because he tells the story so well, and you
Right.
did such, like you say, such a great job. I know, honestly, you're not going to be able to walk out the door soon, are you, David? Your head's going to be so big. Like,
Now, do you act on TV too, like on screen?
yeah, tell us a bit about yourself,
Yeah.
David, and for those who are listening and watching.
So my name is David Virgo. And yeah, I do acting as well as just literary and creative things at the moment.
I saw your
So doing a
whiskey
lot.
advert. That was really good.
Yeah, I did a voiceover for a whiskey advert last year?
Yeah,
Question mark. Yeah, last year. That was fun. That was good as well. That was again, it's just such a short turnaround and a short kind of script that it was like, okay, grand. I remember saying to them, I was like, you sure you want it like that? I think it's very much my accent is very Scottish to anyone outside Scotland. Inside Scotland, people think I sound English, um, which can get me in more grief than benefits. But anywhere else, everyone else here's quite a Scottish accent. So I think for the whiskey commercial, it's quite good because it was an international market. So they wanted someone that could be Scottish while being well understood.
yeah.
And then also I've kind of got more of a bassy kind of smooth voice, so I guess it kind of leads to it. But yeah, I do acting, mainly theatre, but I did 3 features last year. Shoot and produce kind of our own short films, me and my mates, but mainly do theatre and fringe work. And then, of course, audiobooks and any audio work that comes up. I'd love to do more audio work. It's a bit of a uncertain time. I got into the audio work at an uncertain time when AI voices started appearing everywhere.
Uh,
yeah.
Mm,
And it
Not
made
the
me for a
same, not the
while,
same.
no, not the same, but made me kind of go, oh, well, really love this. Maybe this, I'd love to do this, but I just feel like this role is going to be taken by AI
Agreed.
in the near future. Um,
Yeah.
and I've just decided to just keep doing it because I love doing it, so I may as well. Um, but yeah, it's a little bit uncertain times for the voice acting industry at the moment. It's quite
Maybe
a
for
lot of like,
adult books, but children's books, I would keep fighting for that because I think there's a huge difference between AI and you, where
Mhm,
you're transitioning from the character to, a crow or a pig or a cow or a goose. So I really think that in with children's books, you should fight for your right to have that, because you can't compare AI to that transitioning from one character to another,
mhm.
genuinely. it's so genuine and it's so raw and it's so wonderful. Um, I would say keep going. I can't see you being replaced if you're going to continue children's books. Maybe adult,
I hope
but
not.
keep doing
But
it.
yes, I'm going to keep on doing it. And that's kind of voice acting has been one of those things for me that as soon as I always knew kind of what it was when I was growing up, but didn't really understand that it was connected to acting, just thought it was a separate thing, thought it was like radio. Um, and then when I was doing training, we started talking about it more about radio and how a lot of things started on radio back in the day and then transitioned to film. And I started listening to a lot of audio dramas and audio plays, and I just went, oh, but I think voice acting is kind of my thing because I've always done voices
Mm,
and accents, and that's used to be approach has changed when I did acting before training. That's always how I approached characters and acting anyway. Because I always went, oh well, what's the voice going to be? Because it can't be mine. Which has
right.
changed a lot in the past couple of years because I've gone, well, no, it can be mine. But for a long time, I went, oh, like to be a different person, I've got to have a different voice and a
Yeah.
different
Mm.
accent and a different kind of way of speech. And yeah, I've always enjoyed the voice work, and I'm hopeful to continue doing voice work.
But we love you. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, amazing.
So I'm going to ask, what is it? Just put you both on the spot. I know I've asked you this before, Tabitha, but I just like, what was your favorite bit of the book? Now, this isn't going to be the text part. It's going to be what David did in the audiobook. And I will ask you the same question in a minute, David. I'll give you a second to think.
I think for me, I loved the part where the animals are all sort of tripping over each other to get out to for the miracle. It's a miracle. That's my favorite part when he says that. I love that because when I'm playing the audio version, even I can't help but repeat it. So as he says it and I'm holding the book, I turn to the kids and I'm like, it's a miracle because I just love that so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. What about you, David? Putting you on the spot now.
Honestly, I was going to say either that part or the part near the start where they all start coming together and talking about what they're going to do about it. Again, it's just similar thing. There's just lots of characters and there's lots of different animals, and I think that was the most fun to do, where you're switching in between everyone and kind of going like, oh well, what am I going to do for that? I'll just do this one, and
And it
then
worked so well. It's weird.
yeah,
I listened to it the first time and you did the farmer accent. I went, oh, wow, yeah. And then you started doing the different animals, and then I just giggled all the way through. And that is
Me
what you want
too.
the response to be when someone listens. Like, you want them to enjoy the audiobook. Obviously, it doesn't replace a real book, but for children that are a lot younger, maybe not accessing words as easy, they can still enjoy
Right,
the book. And I think that's really, really important. And you just bring the whole
right.
story just just so much fun, I think.
Yes, the transitioning was seamless. When you transition from one character to the next, it was completely seamless, not wonky at all. And I loved that part where it was raw and genuine. That was my favorite thing about the audio version, is that the transitioning.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bravo.
and
A big
also massive congrats on the award I saw the other day. Yeah,
Yes,
So those of you who
yes.
don't
Oh,
know, Tabitha, tell everyone what you have achieved. We were just,
the Golden
wow, well
Wizard
done.
for the Old Scarecrow.
So you've won
So it's
yeah.
an award, yes, which was nice, just to be able to have that up there. And it's funny, I have been asked, and we've talked about this, I've talked to you about this. Children are funny. If we have a little time at the end of a workshop, kids can ask questions. And I have been asked on more than one occasion, have you won any awards? Like it gives you this different status. So now the next time I have a school visit and that question comes up, I'm going to say, yes, I have.
And it's well deserved because um
Is
Tabitha has worked absolutely massively on this book. Like her devotion and passion to it has
yeah,
just flew through the roof. And I think it just, I mean, even though we are thousands of miles away, Tabitha, we feel it
Mhm.
the send, the work
Oh,
that you've put into it over in America.
yes.
it's wonderful. And, you know, it's like there's so many people that have worked on this book, like you, David, and Mill and Tabitha, and then us, and
Yes.
then to like not only win an award, just for it to do so well because everyone's just
Right.
enjoying the story. I just think,
Hmm.
it's a proud mummy moment. Let's go with that.
Yes.
It's a proud mummy moment.
And having publishers like both of you, that has made an incredible difference because you are so supportive. You are a great cheer squad.
Yeah.
I've loved working with you from the initial moment, from the very beginning, from submission
Mm.
to the first response back to me. It has been such a remarkable journey, and I'm so proud to be with you, to be part of your family.
Ah, I love this.
I'm there and I'm signing the book, but the highlight is playing your voice.
But I think it's because
So,
such a lovely voice it is. I know I said it loads, but I'm still going with it because it's true. But I think for you, reading the book doesn't have like because you are already in Scotland. But I think if you came south down to Nottingham where we are and read the book,
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah,
like, oh yeah, this is what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
yes.
Just we love
absolutely.
it. I think
Always
I'm
free
sorry, I'm
to
not.
travel.
Well, this is it. I think as an English citizen, someone who has a boring British accent, when you have someone who has a lovely Scottish accent, it makes all the difference. Any kind of different accent that's not your typical British accent. You're like, "Ooh, where are you from? Ooh, that's
Yeah.
nice."
Yes. And kids have asked that when after we were done, where does he come from?
Yeah.
Because the voice it's a little different
Different.
from here in the US. So,
And now then, David, what are you up to?
So I'm working full time at the moment.
That sounds boring.
I'm literally, this isn't my house. This is,
Where are you then? Don't tell me
this
you've
is,
you've broken into it.
no, no, no. I do property inventories at the moment. So I go around properties and assess damages, essentially, and if there's items missing, etc., for long-term tenants. So I'm doing that. So I'm just in a random flat. This is my break at the
I love
moment.
this. I love this.
And yeah, I mean, we just finished, me and a couple of guys, we have a kind of a creative team called Get Collective. Um, and we just did a 48-hour film contest in Edinburgh. That was fun. Um, which we just the awards were on Monday, and I think we came away with about 6 nominations. And we're doing another screening of it in Edinburgh next week for the best of
Ooh.
the competition thing, which will be fun.
Oh, you'll have to let us
Um,
know how you get on.
Absolutely, of course.
And what about you,
mm.
Tabitha? What's your plans next?
I have two more manuscripts to finish up, but scheduling some visits for the Old Scarecrow at some farms because I think that'd be a lot of fun to be right on a farm. And we have some wonderful, wonderful farms here in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont. So that's my plan is to start setting those all up, get those scheduled, and I launched a podcast with my
Oh,
husband.
I did see that on
We
Instagram with your
Yes.
mouth next to your husband.
So we've been together 37 years, so we thought it would be fun to have Moonlight with a little podcast, and it took off. It's actually doing really well. So we just had a celebrity guest on. We have another one coming on from a popular TV series that was on Netflix, Cobra Kai. So
Oh yeah,
we're doing it just is doing well. I think it's because it's honest and we've been together so long, we can finish each other's sentences. So it's quite punchy in that way, cheeky.
Yeah.
And we have fun with it.
Where
So
can
we have a lot of
people
content.
where can people listen to that if they wanted to listen to it?
It's streaming everywhere. It's on every platform and it's called Marriage, Madness, and Magic.
Oh, I do
Very
like
nice.
that. Because we are magic
Every
spirits.
platform. It's quite fun.
It sounds
We're
great. So please do
we're
go listen to
enjoying
that as
it.
well. Yeah, it does sound great. But also please do not forget to go and download the Old Scarecrow and buy a copy because it's great to have both. Not only to read the wonderful text, but also to listen to David's wonderful voice and impersonations of the animals and the farmer. And it's just a
Yeah.
shame they didn't have a wife because I would really have liked to have listened to that voice
Yeah.
as well.
I know, I know.
So it is
Yes.
available to download on Amazon or Audible. Please do go and download it and please do leave a review as well because it's always really important. As we are independent publishers, we do count on every review, good or bad. We like them both because it's still a review and your opinion matters. So even if you thought it was fantastic, put it on. If it wasn't your cup of tea, put it on and say why, because someone might go, oh, that's not your cup of tea, but I really like that sort of stuff and download it anyway. Always find when my friend says, oh, this film's not great, I didn't like it because of X, Y, and Z. I always go and watch it and find that I really, really enjoy it.
Yes.
So what's one man's rubbish is another man's treasure, and this is definitely a treasure. So
Yeah.
please go read, go download, and thank you both so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Lovely.